Good evening and welcome to Dateline tonight on OSBC television. Oluwatoyin Yusuf is smiling first. The hardness segment of our package for tonight. Terrorists in a video also vowed to continue torturing the victims in their captivity. In our 2 minutes 60 seconds video, the terrorists were seen mercilessly whipping the victims with sticks and boasted that they would destroy the country, kill the remaining passengers in their custody, and sell out the others. One of the terrorists threatened that they would turn the area into an abattoir unless the government complied with their demands. The police command in Zamfara has detained Malam Umar Maradun, the correspondent of a national newspaper, for an undisclosed reason. The commissioner of police confirmed the arrest to Ibrahim Maizari, chairman of the Nigerian Journalists Zamfara Council, who spoke to him on phone. According to Elkanah, the police will look into the matter before further actions. Maradun was arrested in his hometown in Maradun government area and Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara. He was transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department in Gusau, the state capital. The state chairman of NUJ led officials of the NUJ and that of correspondence chapel to the command headquarters to secure his release, but failed. Maradun currently head of the Criminal Investigation Department, where the leadership of the NUJ sought his bail, but the police declined. Council of Students Union Presidents has said that its members will be storming the Federal Capital Territory for a peaceful protest in the ongoing strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The organization, which comprises all students' union presidents across federal universities in Nigeria, in a letter to the Minister of Education at Damadamo, gave the federal government a seven-day ultimatum to resolve the disagreement with ASU. In an interview with newsmen, the convener, Shuaibu Yahya, said all the student leaders have resolved not to compromise on the decision to embark on the planned protest. According to him, the ongoing strike action has adversely affected students in the country, stressing that some now engage in illegal activities. Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi has promised to clear deductions and promotion arrears owed workers in the state before the expiration of his tenure in October. Fayemi disclosed this in Ekiti at the weekend during a courtesy visit by the leadership of Nigeria Labour Congress Ekiti chapter, led by its chairman, Comrade Kolapo Olatunde. He said government will also look into minimum wage adjustment for workers on grade level 14 and above, as well as payment of promotion arrears for 2019 and 2020. The governor stated that it was not the government's intention not to defray the arrears owed, but it was caused by the current cash crunch being experienced by many state governments, including Ekiti, which was as a result of the global economic downturn. He said that government will continue to do everything possible within available resources to address issues concerning the welfare and well-being of the workers, urging them to show some concern. Nigerians have advised the federal government to tread with caution and not be hasty in its decision to ban the use of commercial motorcycle, popularly known as Okada, in Nigeria. Those who spoke in separate interviews with OSBC news noted that banning commercial motorcycle without alternatives could breed more of insecurity government is trying to curb. Akomalafe Ayobami completes the story.
Proposed plan by the National Security Council to ban the use of motorcycle, popularly called Okada, in the entire country. In an effort to curb the incessant issues of insecurity in all parts of the country, the federal government, through the National Security Council, had proposed plans to place a ban on the operations of the motorcycles, popularly known as Okada, in Nigeria, as they believe it aids logistics activities for the terrorists. Nigerians have, however, advised the federal government not to be hasty in taking such decisions, as it could further breed the insecurity being attempted to curb. Speaking with OSBC, a public affairs analyst, Professor Olusegun Kehinde, who expressed his displeasure over the move noted that the motorcycle business is serving as means of livelihood to millions of unemployed youths in Nigeria who did not want to take to crimes and criminalities. According to the Don, banning the use of motorcycles would create more issues for the society, which the government might not be able to solve.
For so many years, motorcycle usage has become the in thing. People have found it to be a medium for getting things done faster. We can't rule out the possibility that will be miscreants amongst them, but also it still doesn't take away the fact that it has become very extremely useful.
Speaking in the same vein, a member of Okada Riders Association, Comrade Yemi Lawa, explained that the motorcycle union in Osun State are duly registered and operate within the ambit of the law.
I don't like it, you don't like it at all, because many people, they are going to suffer too much of suffering will occur, and many atrocity again will come out through such a thing.
While speaking on ways to curb insecurity, Professor Kennedy advised the federal government to liaise with the registered motorcycle operators in all parts of the country, dialogue with them, and fashion out ways to identify the bad eggs among them. This, they maintained, would go a long way in exposing the activities of the hoodlums who hide under the guise of motorcycle operators.
Why don't we just sit down, look at it critically, think it through first, and then perhaps talk to those who are stakeholders within that sector, and then see how we can resolve it. If you ban it now, does it mean that there will still not be criminals? There will still be criminals. So we need to look at it again and say, okay, I think it's not in our interest. Those who therefore become victims of this government policy will end up on the streets. They will become urchins. They will become a threat to our society. So we can't try to solve one minor problem and create bigger ones.
Analysts have expressed conviction that when security agencies work in synergy and sincerity of heart and with the cooperation of every member of the public, the security situations in the country will improve tremendously. Ayobami Akomolafe, reporting for OSBC.
The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, says it has been partnering with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, FCC, and other the anti-corruption agencies to step up efforts toward ensuring corruption-free public service. A board member of the agency, Olugben Gadeyanju, said this during a 2-day zonal training for the executive members of the anti-corruption and transparency units of ministries, departments, and agencies, and a roundtable dialogue on ethics and integrity compliance scorecard. At an event, Gadeyanju said that even if corruption could not be totally eradicated, it could be reduced by 99%, stressing that the essence of the gathering was to imbue in the people through the MDAs the need to fight corruption and restore the country's lost values and move the country forward generally with a view to encouraging Nigerians to exterminate vote buying and corruption. Governor Adegoye Oyetola has met with members and supporters of the ruling All Progressives Congress. Governor Oyetola charged the APC members and supporters not to allow the outcome of the election cause dissatisfaction and division within the party, adding that the APC remains the ruling party in the state. He preached peace and unity among party leaders and members across all levels, from ward to local government and state level. The governor also advised party members who have grievances to channel them to the appropriate quarters and stop expressing them publicly in the interest of the party. He noted that as governor of Osun, he will continue to govern with fear of God and love of the people, just as he reiterated his commitment to the well-being of the people and development of the state. Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State has expressed happiness over Senator Ademola Adeleke's victory in the keenly contested, just concluded 2022 Osun State governorship election. This is contained in a statement signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Simon Ontoya. According to Ugwuanyi, Nigerians have been admonished not to let down their guard in activating all hygiene presentations against the deadly Marburg virus, which has been reported in the neighboring Ghana. Special advisor to the Governor of Public Health, Dr. Shijo Lamiju, who gave the admonition while reacting to the discovery of the virus in Ghana, noted that if Nigeria could combat COVID-19, it could battle any virus.
Virus is a deadly virus. it kills 50% of those people that it infects. And in some cases, especially the harmful strain of it, can kill up to 88% of those people that it infects. It means if the harmful strain infects 100 people, 88 of them will die. That's to tell that we have to be very careful. And it is caused by fruit, bats and contact with infected person, infected surfaces or infected material. That is where we can contact it. People should be very careful in terms of contact, in terms of maintaining hand hygiene, materials they touch and, the surfaces they touch or they interact with, so as to be off the hook of this deadly virus. Now, before, it is usually in Uganda and Guinea that we heard of it, but now it has been discovered in our neighboring country, Ghana here. It means we have to be extra careful in terms of maintaining the usual protocol of public health that we have been, hammering since the time of Lassa fever to COVID. We have to avoid larger gathering, know who you interact and, share your body contact with. And those people, especially the farmers, who may have interaction with the fecal matter of the fruit bats, should be extra careful.
You're welcome to our sports segment. You're welcome back. Syria Desses opened his goals account for the new Belgian top flight, which was not enough as get lost 3-2 to Champions Club Brugge today. Desses scored in the 48 minutes to draw Club Brugge level after Club Brugge took the lead 8 minutes earlier. The Super Eagles striker was then replaced with 12 minutes left in the game. His Nigerian teammate Paul Onuachu was not included in the squad, while David Okereke was an unused substitute for Club Brugge. The defeat leave Genk in the 15th and Club Brugge occupy 4th place in the 18th-team league standing after first round of fixtures. And on the foreign scene, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has begun a tour of African countries in Egypt as he seeks to rally support amid anger over the Ukraine war. He blamed the West for encouraging Ukraine to fight Russia to the bitter end. Mr. Lavrov had talks in Cairo with his Egyptian counterpart Sameh Shukri. Reports say Egypt has significant ties with Russia, which supplies wheat weapons, and until the invasion of Ukraine began, large numbers of tourists. After his talks with Mr. Shukri, Mr. Lavrov told a joint news conference that the West was prolonging the conflict, even though it understood what and whose end it will be. He said Russia is in no way prejudiced against presuming negotiations on a wider range of issues, but this does not depend on them because the Ukrainian authorities, starting from the president and down to his numerous countless advisors, repeatedly say that there will be no talks until Ukraine defeats Russia on the battlefield. He noted that the Ukrainians are being actively encouraged by their Western handlers, be it London, Washington, Berlin, or any other European nation and NATO capital, and then that the choice is theirs. Yeah, we're good on a short break. When we return, we bring you the line reports proper. Please stay tuned. Election in Nigeria comes once in 4 years and often awaited